Hi everybody. So welcome. So this is like introduction for a new project. Um, so what I have decided to go for this time is the shoot ID project. Now, one thing I wanted to highlight is that my main goal is not to make new like the final products and because I have very limited space at home and I do it for a hobby. So what I'm trying to look for is something that has the fundamental joineries and variations of those um, like uh, fundamental skills and like mortise and tenon joints, dovetails, and all those kind of things with traditional methods and little variations and here and there through which I can learn a lot. And obviously, the final outcome also matters. I should not say that it doesn't matter at all, but I have, as I said, I have limited space at home. Sometimes, like if I feel like there is scope for like some kind of a furniture or something, this time just my wife happened to tell me that okay, it will be nice to have a shoe stand or like a small shoe tidy. So I just decided that I will go for it. Now obviously, like to be frank, like if I go and buy something from the market, it will be lightweight, probably it will have plastic, metal and all, and there will be fancy things, but this is my opportunity to try out new things and enjoy the process. So again, like the shoot ID project, so I have done some of the, let me keep these planes and all. I was dimensioning the lumber, so let me keep these aside. So whenever I start a project, like for me, it's I don't record that part, but it all starts with like dimensioning the lumber and all, and for me that itself is takes a very long time. uh, I'm not saying I do everything by hand. I try to do most of the things, like at least a little bit of uh, like hand tool work, and but I finish everything by hand. What I mean to say is that I still go for machines and all. Like resawing, I always use my bandsaw. There are multiple reasons. Of course, it main reason is like that's what I like primarily invested in my bandsaw for, because I'm into hand tools and I need to do the rough dimensioning, and bandsaw is the workhorse there. So resawing also helps me, like because I work mostly with solid wood like cherry, oak, and all those things. So it helps me save on like a lot of wood because I'm resawing. I use salvage the remaining part of it for other projects and things like that. And it has a thin curve, so I would say that my bandsaw, like the amount of wood I have saved from it, like it has already paid me back. I have a 14-inch bandsaw icon, and any bandsaw is good for that matter. uh, so yes, I do all my resawing on the bandsaw, but then the final dimensioning, planing, cross cutting and making it 90 degrees and all, that is definitely all by hand. uh, what I sometimes tend to do is, for example, I'll tell you, like these are the leg pieces. So these ones I did all by hand, meaning like after resawing, I took it I hand planed everything, used my winding sticks and those kind of things. Didn't require too much of uh, like uh, too much of fiddling with it with winding sticks and all, because they were more or less dimensioned from the lumber yard. So but I did everything by hand, so it took a very long time. But then when I came to, like these are all finalized, so I have like 90 degree on these ones, like on one side. I'll come to this, like why I did in certain ways. But when it came to like other, like these pieces, these are the stiles and rails that I will come to when I describe the project. These are actually again resawn from bandsaw, but then I put it maybe one piece or two pieces I put like similar lines, used hand, because I enjoy it and I want to learn from it. But at the same time, I don't want to be spending weeks and weeks just doing that thing. So I yes, I have a power planer. I did put these things through that. uh, but after I used the power planer, I still went and every side is like hand planed, because I want to have everything with hand tools, like finished with hand tools, I mean. So I did that. So everything is now silky smooth um, with the marks and all. I could eliminate the power planer part, to be frank, but I I mean, my skills are not at that level that I am quick enough to do everything by hand. So I should be frank about that. So I would be very slow in that one. So, but I can do it. And if I don't do it at all, like by hand, everything I jump to machines, I will never learn. So for every project, as I said, like I do some part by completely by hand, and remaining things I put it through the machines and all for the initial dimensioning to make it, to bring it to like more or less ready for like handwork. So after I have done that, I planed, marked my face, and when I did do this, like what do you call, square these edges, I always do by hand plane. It has never used anything like with machines. So yeah, so that's about like what I have been doing since last few days actually. Now coming back to this project has uh, like basically like these components. So I have like obviously four legs. So these are the legs. So I am yet to mark the triangles, so I will do that. But what happens is that so this, like this, like four sides. I don't want to drop these. I mean, these won't be that this close, but considering the space I have on the bench, I'm just trying to keep it this way. So these are the four pieces. Obviously, the front. This is the front. So they would be far apart. Like for me, it is 25 inches I took, and then there would be like rails. So like this for front and back. I'm going to mark all these because I just finished my dimensioning. I have to choose which sides I want. Like, so this is the top rail would be the wider one. There will be a bottom rail, mortise and tenon joint into both, and so similarly on the back side. So these four pieces are like rails for the front and back, and then on the sides I have these. So I will be putting like triangles, and so again, top is this one, and this will be the bottom. So basically, this is a very like a fundamental, like what they call it, like carcass construction, and that is like a very fundamental aspects, and I really enjoy that. It takes a long time for me, but that is the main fun in that. And there will be mortise and tenon joints. So 1 2 3 4 16 mortise and tenon joints. I'll do all by hand. It will take a long time. So all my projects, the bigger projects, there has been like I have done mortise and tenon joints. They're more or less similar, but there are slight nuances which I enjoy, like try to learn. Some mortise and tenon joints I have done where like first joint is like the regular mortise and tenon joint. I finish that, and the second one goes through that like a through mortise and tenon, so that it goes through the tenon of the this horizontal piece, and the other one goes through that. So that is one variant. Now on the TV unit project, what we did was that this was the mortise and tenon joint, and this side, instead of putting a mortise and tenon, we attached one more piece and put a dovetailed piece there, because it was quite long and we wanted to keep it strong. Probably that would be the strongest, I would think, because it doesn't weaken the tenon of the cross member. In this case, the new thing that I have to do, which I haven't done before, is that these two mortise and tenon joints will coincide like inside, so they will be mitered. So that's what I saw, and that I have never done it before. So I will do that. So there will be 16 mortise and tenon joints. Now, the interesting part here, which I saw, was that it has a real like that tambour door. So in the TV unit project, we had the tambour or the slats, that appearance, but in this case, it will really be sliding up and down. So I'm excited to try that. Paul has shown how you can do it in a very simple way. I am really eager to try that. So it will have that, and so between all the side panels and the back panel, sorry, yeah, in between those, I will probably be using plywood. uh, Paul has used plywood, so I'll be using plywood again, like half-inch plywoods. And the half-inch plywood I have is the sand ply from Home Depot that I had got long time back. I don't like the quality as much, but then I'm thinking, should I buy the Baltic birch or should I just use that, because it's, at the end of the day, it's a shoe stand. But then again, I'm thinking I may buy the good plywood, but that will also work. I'll probably just use that sand ply one that I have. And then there will be a lid. The lid, I'm still thinking what to use. The panel, I'm probably going to use the same plywood or solid wood. I have to think, because I'm pretty sure folks are going to sit over it, so it has to be able to bear the load. And I know plywood can be very strong, but not sure about this plywood that I have. So I will think about that. I may put solid wood or I may buy good plywood. So that's about it. So I will work on like marking the front and I have to clearly name all the pieces, mark front and back, put triangles and all those kind of things. They are very important, so that I don't mess it up. And the next thing after that, I'll come to that. We have to start with making grooves, because usually when we have mortise and tenon joints and we have to also fit panels in grooves, we usually tend to do the grooves first. We can do the other way around, but I think it's just more efficient. And that's what I've learned. More efficient to do the grooves first, because then we don't have to chop as deep. So yeah, that's about it. I sharpened all my planes and all. I'm yet to sharpen my chisels. I will be using half-inch grooves, so I have to make sure that my combination plane half-inch blade is well sharpened. So I'm starting a new project. Always a good idea to sharpen everything. Like it does really help. Otherwise, we'll be doubting our own skills. In fact, I even topped up like this thing, my rag in a can oiler with some new, like some extra 3-in-1 oil. Everything. I was sharpening my plane, so I have the strop here. So yeah, we'll continue on this one.